Samporasun. Welcome back. So let's continue with the story. There is so much more. I know I was warming everyone up with the dance and the traditional songs and the devotional prayers. I was there in a joyful spirit, and it allowed me to be myself fully with everyone, even though we didn't speak the same mother tongue. However, we did speak the same heart language, and that's what's important. I remember when the director was speaking, Kidaru, the intentionality and forwardness in his movement, and just how the energy was transmitted, how everything just flowed, the happiness on everyone's face, the joy in their eyes, the movement in the dance. And there were also moments I was participating, so I couldn't film it. You know, one of the funny things about being in an event like this, you have to choose when you're filming and when you're participating. And so there was a lot of things I just did not capture on my device, but there were plenty of people capturing videos. And at some point, I'll gather those together from the different platforms and compile them into some presentation as well. I wanted to take a moment, and I may be re-emphasizing this, but I want us to be able to ground ourselves on why tradition, culture, art, dance, martial arts, prayer, how all of these things represent the essence of a nation. And inside these creative expressions lies the principles and values that governs the human connection throughout society. Sometimes we may see tradition as something to just witness and maybe once a year. But to be honest, when we look at food, tradition is practiced every day. When we hear music, it's practiced in that very moment. Some transmission of some song, some words that inspires you, something that invokes the emotional connection. And so I would like you to consider for a moment your own traditions, your own culture, your creed, your principles, your values, whatever format it is creatively expressed. And what connects us as humanity is the ability to share our traditions with each other, like storytelling, to hear and how invoking that is to the mind, and how invoking that is also from our hearts, and knowing that, wow, look at our brothers and sisters over there, look at how they are producing and how they performing and how they are showing up. I was sharing during one of the gatherings in the little micro circles, I said, you know, I would like to express this to each one of you, that when I travel in the world, I don't travel in the world as a tourist or a guest. I travel in the world as your brother, because we are family. So I look at this whole earth as home, and wherever I go, I'm going to see family. When we come to a space with the intentionality and presence of mind to connect, connections will take place. There's been a lot of demonstrations on the first day for that to occur. And the eagerness as people were saying my name, Mr. David or Key David is from the US, and he's here to be a part of our circle, our mission, and how they were celebrating that opportunity for the first International Traditional Healers of Indonesia event. Many more to come. A door opened up, and they recognize, I recognize, we all recognize how important this is, so that we can reach the world. Day one was fascinating. It was a long day. It was the day I traveled, the day I was in flow, and I remember it must have been, 1 a.m. when I actually laid my head down. But it was a lot of beautiful energy. I didn't just automatically just fall asleep because I was tired or needed rest. I was actually energized and enthusiastic, and I was like, you need to go get some rest. Tomorrow is going to be another long day. So stay tuned, because day 2 is coming up. And that's, as I shared before, things are building up layer by layer. And day 2, I felt the rocket was launching. The momentum was building, and the things I saw that day, and I got an opportunity to participate. Wow, incredible. As I shared before, to transmit at the highest frequency possible.